Okay guys, welcome back to another gem tutorial. Now the reason why I'm having to do a second one is because a lot of people were complaining on the first one. They were saying it's too hard to do and they couldn't get it right. So this tutorial is going to be way more simple, and honestly if you can't do it, are you dumb? It's so simple. If you can't pull it off, just learn how to use a computer please. The reason why this is way more simple is because you basically spawn in the same location every single time on this map. Now this map is a bit more challenging than Namak, which is why I didn't want to do it in the first place, because I wanted the tutorial to be beginner friendly, but I guess that's not possible because people love to complain. I know people are still going to complain in this video, and if you do, honestly I ain't even going to respond to you at this point. You're just brain dead. Now guys, I will leave a download link to my macro in the description below, but chances are it's not going to work for you. I have a weird monitor, okay? The resolution's whack. If it does work, then wow, well done, you got a free macro, but it probably won't. So now, to counter a bunch of comments that I'm going to get about the titles saying 10,000, we're gonna have a quick maths lesson guys. Professor Seb has pulled up. Okay, so our average time to complete the macro is actually 13.5 minutes. So let's figure out how many we can get done in an hour. So to do this, we would do 60 divided by 13.5, which gives us a number of 4.4. We get 4.4 macros done per hour. And now with our 4.4, we're actually going to times it by 97, which is how many you get per macro. And this will give us how many gems we get per hour. And in an hour, we're getting 426 gems. Okay, so now with our 426 gems, we can times it by 24 to see how many we get in the whole day, which is 24 hours, if you didn't know that. And this gives us a grand total of 10,224. So stop trying to be a smart ass and just yeah. Okay, before we start, I just want to say if you want to ask me any questions, join my Discord. It'll be linked in the description below. Along with the Discord link will be a link to TinyTask, which is the software we're utilizing to pull off this AFK farm. So yeah, all you need to do is go to free download and download that. And once you have installed it, go to the Anime Adventures game page. But before we do that, we have some custom settings we need to do, okay? Now, some people are asking me, how do you get the macro to repeat itself? What you need to do, you need to go to preferences and make sure you have continuous playback on. That is really important. Now down here on recording hotkey, you need to set a key you're going to remember. The choices really are very limited. For me, I like to have a recording hotkey of F8 and a playback hotkey of print screen. That's just my personal preference. And once you have set that all up, what I like to do for the macro is have, you see where it says my name down here? I like to have the top of that S right there, just clipping through that avatar shop and a border right at the top of the page basically. This just lets me remember how I lined up the macros so I can come back to it later and just press play and it will work perfectly fine. It's just a way of remembering where your join button is, because you're going to need to press that again. Alright, well now open Roblox, we're going to go in and start the macro. Okay, so you don't actually need the same units as me. You just need to make sure your units are good enough to get to wave 25 on Marine Ford, which is the map we're using, if I haven't mentioned that already. I actually don't think I did mention that. But yeah, we're going to be using Marine Ford, wave 25. And yeah, when you're ready, go ahead and start the recording with the hotkey you placed. Boom, I've pressed F8 and the recording has started. Now, the first thing you want to do is get to the play area, but there's some steps we have to do before that. First, you need to click summon, and then you'll be brought over here. The reason why we come over here is because we'll be spawned in the same place every time, meaning the macro will be able to work. Now, this is where a lot of you guys were messing up, okay? This is kind of complicated to do. If you need to, take it slow, but I'm pretty good at it now. I can do it pretty fast, which is why my macro only takes around 13.5 minutes normally. But yeah, what you want to do is walk in this direction. And once you feel comfortable enough, you can start sprinting. When you get to these two crossroads here, you want to go left towards the play area. We are going to the play area, guys. But yeah, you just want to come around here, down here, until you see the doors. Then you want to stop and walk into them. Alright, and now when you get parallel to the pod thing, the empty place, you just want to walk straight into it. And when you do hit the wall, just hold down A. This is just helps if the macro might mess up. It will just fix it. Well, should. But yeah, once you're in, you want to click Marine Ford, select and start, and that should bring you into the infinite mode. Now you might be wondering why we're doing Marine Ford. Marine Ford doesn't always spawn you in the same spot, but it's so similar you basically can't tell the difference. But yeah, what I like to do is wait for my countdown to reach 15 seconds and then I press the start button, which is yes. Alright, now I want you to place the units where I placed them. Now, you don't need the same units as me, but a unit that does really help is Irwin. You basically just need Irwin and a high DPS. But yeah, once you get your first income of money, just place your Irwins on near this ice place here, the boulder thing, and you should be set. You want to place them in a similar spot to me, bit of a gap between them, just like that. And once you get your next wave of money, you want to place down your DPS character on the other side of a track, on this side. A great character is Coyote. He's so good for DPS. You don't even need to upgrade him. Look, he's already doing 2,000 damage every 7 seconds. But yeah, I'm personally going to place 3 of him, just to ensure we do not die. Now, once you've placed 3, what I want you to do is actually come back and just try and replace them. Sometimes your macro will mess up, so if you double place, it has a higher chance of not messing up, okay? But yeah, this is literally what I do. And then when you get a bit of money, you can upgrade your Coyotes or whatever character you're using, or your Irwins. And yeah, this is basically all we're doing until wave 24. So yeah, I'm going to speed this up, and I will see you guys at wave 24. So we have actually hit wave 24, and when you want to sell your units is when you feel like you're about halfway through the wave, because sometimes there can be some pretty fast enemies that might just run through. But I would say I'm about halfway through now, so I'm going to go ahead and sell all my guys here. Just like that. And now we just wait until we lose. Alright, so we just lost, and what I want you guys to do is actually wait like maybe 30 seconds before you take any more action. Alright, so once you have waited that 30 seconds, click next, claim your fruit, whatever, just click, and then press escape, leave, and leave. And then you'll be brought back to this page, which is why I had that kind of border at the top here to make sure I remember where the join button is. And then, yeah, you just click join on your private server, not public, and then you go back in. Alright, when you do load in, what I like to do personally is actually jump about 15 times. What this does is just helps your game load in sometimes if it's being slow. And it gives you a good threshold, so you won't start the macro too early again, because you don't want to start it while you're mid-loading school. Alright, but once you've done all that, just hit your recording hotkey again to stop it, and then when you're ready, hit your playback hotkey you made earlier. For me, it was print screen, and as you'll see, I'm now moving on myself. But yeah, that's about it for today. If you did find this useful, make sure to hit the like button, and maybe even consider subscribing. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time.